My business's newest CFO works 24 hours a day, never asks for time off, and doesn't even collect a paycheck. That's right, I built an AI CFO to coordinate an entire team of AI agents that can support every finance function in the business. And I did it without writing a single line of code. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to do it too. If that sounds good, let's get rolling. So let's get started with building our AI CFO. You're going to be amazed at truly how easy this is. Now you only need two tools, and the great news is both of these tools are free. We're going to be using N8N as a workflow builder where we're going to build our AI agents. If you aren't experienced with N8N, don't worry. I've got a beginner's guide to N8N. I'll put the link right up here. That video is going to walk you through everything you need to know to run this. So if you've never touched N8N, go watch that video real quick. It'll take 15 to 20 minutes, and then you'll know everything you need to work through this video. The second tool we're going to use is ChatGPT as our AI tool. Now you can use whatever you have, ChatGPT, Claude, Copilot, it doesn't matter, they'll all work great. And you don't need a pro version, the free version is totally fine. Now I am using the pro version here. It's not going to give me better responses or better outputs, it's just going to let me prompt more times in a day because I use this all the time. So make sure you're set up with an AI tool and N8N, and let's dive in. Have any questions so far? Go ahead and leave them down in the comments. I read everyone, and I am more than happy to help. So let's just go up and call this, instead of my workflow, let's call this AI CFO. And this is going to be chat-based. So this is going to be a CFO agent that we can talk to have questions and answers on different functions in the business. Now, you could set this up to be a trigger. You could integrate this into your process. But for the purposes of this video, we're just going to focus on using this tool as a chat. So let's go ahead. We're going to add in our chat trigger here. It's going to be right down here. We want to trigger this on a chat message. We'll just hit test trigger. That kind of activates it. And then this is a chat just like you're working with ChatGPT or something else. And then we're going to want to put with our chat in, we're going to want to put in our main AI agent. And this is going to be our CFO. So we'll come here. We'll pop in an AI agent. It's going to be connected to the chat trigger node. Excellent. And then we need to put in a system prompt that's going to tell this how to behave. And this is where we're going to start using ChatGPT. All right, so we'll go ahead and we'll paste our prompt in here. Act as an AI agent expert. I need your help building an AI CFO in N8N. I'm going to be using an AI agent node with thinking and reasoning capabilities. We'll get to that in a second, who will call on AI agent tools as other functions. We're going to do for this video FP&A, accounting, and treasury, but you can put as many as you want in here. We're going to do that to process requests. Help me write the system prompt, the master prompt that will guide the thinking and the reasoning for this AI tool. So we'll send that away and we'll let ChatGPT do its magic. All right, it's already coming back. Here is a copy paste system prompt. You are the CFO, the executive finance orchestrator for the business. Your job is to work with these other teams. We have the core roles here. Your job is to receive finance inputs from other departments. Here's your core role. Here's your tools from the specialist agents, FP&A, accounting, and treasury. Rules, operating principles, style, workflow. So it's got some steps here for us, and then the output format that we want to get back, which will feed back to the chatbot, and most importantly, some guardrails. So this is exactly what we want to put into this agent. We'll copy that over and we'll paste it here. So that's set up. Now we want to add in a chat model. This is what's going to be driving this. So we want to put in a reasoning model from OpenAI. So let's look for a reasoning model down here. I'd say for this one, we can use GPT-4o. That'll be a pretty good reasoning model. And we want reasoning here because we want it to be able to think, to process. We want it to be able to web search. We want it to be able to do some code interpretation if it needs to. We want this to be a really smart agent. And then we want to give it some tools. So the model we picked is going to have the reasoning ability. And then to have thinking ability, we'll add that as a tool. Again, we really want to jazz this up. So there's the think tool. We don't really need to do anything to this. It's just going to be connected up for us. And then we want to add memory so that it can remember the chat conversation you're having. If you don't add memory, it's only going to read the last chat. So let's pop this in here and let it read your last, we'll say 10 chats. So that's the core AI agent. We have a chat model, which is a reasoning model. We're giving it some simple memory and we're giving it the ability to think. Then from there, we don't need to add anything in our workflow. You think about a process map, a left-right workflow. This AI agent is the workflow, but it's going to call on other tools who are going to be our other department. So let's go ahead and add our first tool. If you haven't already, make sure to click the link in the description and subscribe to my free weekly newsletter, Finance Automation Insider. I send tips, tricks, and hacks just like this, and I don't want you to miss a thing. Plus, when you join, I'll send you a free copy of my guide to 15 5-minute finance automations that you can do today. Click the link in the description to get started. So our tools for the AI agent can be another AI agent. We'll go ahead and search agent here, and here's an AI agent tool. Notice that the tool is a little bit different than the main AI agent because it connects to another AI agent and it can be called on. Now, if you want to get really meta with this, so this, remember, is a tool AI agent for the main AI agent. We could actually tool this again and have it call on other AI agents, and you could just keep cascading that. I can't imagine how many tokens you'd burn through, but you can certainly do that. Now, we don't need to add tools for our purposes right now. You could get as fancy as you want. You could add embeddings, you could put in policy manuals, you can do so much with this. But I just want to show you how the CFO agent can work with the team, and that's going to be the scope of this video. So for that, all we need to do is add a chat model, and now I don't want a full reasoning model. I'm just going to use regular old GPT-5.2, which is the currently active model in ChatGPT as of the time of this video. There's GPT-5.2, and we definitely still want to give all of these tools. We want to give them web search and code interpreter because we don't know what they'll necessarily be asked to do. So that's our first. All right, so that's our AI agent tool set up. Let's go ahead and swing this up here for some space. Now we've got the chat model connected. We still need to design it. So first of all, let's come up, we'll make this the FP&A tool. All right, so that's the FP&A tool. From there, we're going to need a description, a prompt, and a system message. So let's say now for the FP&A agent, I need a description, the JSON for the prompt, and a system prompt. So what then this will do is this is going to customize this agent to specifically have P&A knowledge. Whereas the CFO's job is to call on the right tool. This is the tool that really needs to be executing. So here's our agent tool description. We can go ahead and copy that over. Beautiful. So that description, that's really for you as the person operating this. That's not necessarily going to feed back to the person with the chat. So our prompt here, we're just going to carry this over from the chat message. So this is going to be our chat input over here. We'll carry that over. And then for our system message, we've got that here from ChatGPT. We're going to copy this over. We'll paste it in, and there is our tool ready to go. So everything is all configured there. Now with our FP&A tool set up, let's do the same thing again. Please do this again. This time for the accounting agent. All right, so we're just going to do this exact same thing again. While ChatGPT runs, I'm going to come back over here and set up another agent. All right, while ChatGPT runs, I'm going to come here and set up another agent tool. So we'll just search for that, AI agent tool. All right, this one is going to be our accounting tool. We'll come over here, get our description. All right, here's our prompt. All right, here's our prompt. We'll just pull chat input over again. And then our system message is all ready to go right here. We'll paste that in, and there is our accounting tool. Last thing we need to do for this is add our chat model. Here's our OpenAI chat model, and let's go ahead down to GPT-5.2, same model that we're using on the FP&A tool. And again, let's give it some tools. We'll give it web search, and we'll give it code interpreter. All right, so there's our accounting tool. Actually pull this out here a little bit to give us some space. All right, and then we'll do one more tool. Let's ask ChatGPT, now please do this for the Treasury agent. All right, so then we'll get that. We'll start setting up over here while it does that for us. Here's our tool again, AI agent. We're gonna call this one the Treasury tool. Our prompt message we'll just pull over from chat input. We should have the description and the prompt ready now. Here's the description. And then we can add our system message. Here's our Treasury system message. All right, and then we can add in our chat model. Chat model again will be OpenAI. And again, we'll use ChatGPT 5.2 and our code interpreter and our web search. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I post a new video every week, and I don't want you to miss a thing. So now we've got our 3 different agents that our AI agent can call on. They are ready to go. Let me pop this out so we get a little bit more space. So it's all ready. We can execute the workflow now. So now that we've got the AI agent, let's go ahead and pop in a question. And we want to say, like, we want to have a question that will pop over to accounting. So let's just say something really easy. So how should I treat an invoice that hasn't been paid and is being sent to collection? So now in this case, the AI agent should call on the accounting tool. So we'll send that away and see how it processes. Now, as NA to N runs, you can see exactly what tools are running by kind of that spinning orange and red bar. So you'll see right now the AI agent is running and it's feeding it through the OpenAI chat model. Now what's interesting is in that case, it didn't go to the accounting tool. So we want to make sure that it is calling on a tool every time, even though it came back with an answer. The other thing that I'm noticing is it came back with kind of an unclear answer. So let's go ahead and give this feedback. So let's say, I need help revising the core AI CFO agent and its system prompt. Again, you're never alone in this. ChatGPT can help you every step of the way. First of all, the output back to the chat wasn't readable. It came in this format. Second of all, it's not calling on any of its tools, really needs to do so. The available tools are, so we know we have Treasury agent. We call it tools. We've got FP&A tool, accounting tool, and Treasury tool. So we have Treasury tool, accounting tool, and we've got FP&A tool. So we'll send that away and we should get a revised system prompt back that will help us tighten this. It's rarely going to work perfectly the first time. I mean, we're working with AI agents and we really need to work on guiding them. And that's where we just give the feedback to ChatGPT and it's going to help us out. Here is the revised core AI CFO system prompt. Once this is done, we can copy it and it says, you must call a tool when. So that's all set up for us. We'll just wait for this to be done. As soon as this is done, and this is a much better structured system prompt, it looks like. So as soon as that's done, we'll see the little stop button go through. See how we're doing here. The code itself is done. I'll go ahead and copy it. We'll come back over here to the agent and let's overwrite the existing system message. All right, now let's try this again. We'll give it the same prompt and see how it's improved. This is just kind of that iteration process we want to go through. So how should I treat an invoice that hasn't been paid and is being sent to collections? We'll send that away and we'll see if it engages our accounting tool this time. And look at that. This time our accounting tool has been engaged. It's passed the work off to the specialist. Now the specialist tool is then going to send it back to the AI agent. You'll notice that both the AI agent and the accounting tool are running, but the chat model that's working has been shifted from the agent to the accounting tool. Now, while this runs, I'll let you know that this is a huge way to save money on AI processing because you can have an AI agent, our CFO in this case, all of the super processing abilities of a reasoning model, and it only has to do a little bit of work for the reasoning. And then you can hand it off to a lighter, cheaper, more affordable model like we've done here to run the tools. So now you'll see the accounting tool has finished. It's back to the AI agent to process this and give us our output. This means the accounting tool has delivered its payload. You can see everything working down in the logs, and now the AI agent's back to reasoning to give us the best possible output. Amazing what you can do by just giving a little bit. I mean, we gave 2 sentences of feedback to ChatGPT, and it's completely changed the response. And remember before, look, we got this whole messy thing. It gave us basically a JSON coding script. This time, we're getting a response. When an invoice is sent to collections, it typically remains in accounts receivable, but you should consider increasing your allowance for doubtful accounts to reflect the higher credit risk. Wow, how cool is that? Just for one more example, now that we've got this tweaked and working, let's go ahead and ask a question that would route to Treasury. Let's say we have excess cash on hand. What are some good options for using funds until we have a need for the cash? So we have excess cash on hand. What are some good options for using the funds until we have a need for the cash? Let's send that away. And just like we saw it engage accounting before, this time we're looking for it to engage the Treasury tool. All right, and it has engaged the Treasury tool just like we trained it to. So just like before, we still see the AI agents running, we see the Treasury tools running, and then the model for the Treasury tools working. So it's gonna give us an answer for its specialized expertise. It's gonna feed it back, and then we'll get a response to our chat. And again, think about the possibility. We've set this up right now because I want to just show you the infrastructure. We've set this up as a question and answer chatbot. But imagine if you attached your accounting policies to the accounting tool. Imagine if you attached your Treasury policies to the tool. Imagine if you attached month-end reports to the FP&A tool. They could start providing actual questions about the business. They could start running month-end workflows. There's all of these different things we could do by connecting these tools off of this infrastructure. This infrastructure is like the iPhone by itself is just a phone, but when you add all the applications, that's when it gets fancy, and that's what we're looking for here. And we've seen it execute. Here is our response. So with excess cash on hand, here's a strategic approach. Keep an operating account, interest-bearing deposits, government money market funds, U.S. Treasury bills, short-term bond strategy, or debt pay down. And you can determine this based on the time. So some really good outputs back, all written at a CFO level. How cool is that? If you've enjoyed this video, then make sure to check out my video on building AI agents to run your month-end process. I'll put the link right up here. Again, if you enjoyed this video, you will love the next one. I'll catch you over there. Until then, this is Mike signing off from F9 Finance. Cheers.